April 20th, 2010, the Deepwater Horizon drilling rig explodes in the Gulf of Mexico, igniting a massive fireball that kills several crew members. Chief Electronics Technician Mike Williams and his colleagues now find themselves fighting for survival as the heat and the flames become stifling and overwhelming. Banding together, the co-workers must use their wits to make it out alive amid all the chaos. Deepwater Horizon stars Mark Wahlberg, Dylan O'Brien, Kate Hudson, and Kurt Russell. It is rated PG-13 for prolonged, intense disaster sequences and disturbing images and brief, strong language. This movie reunites director Peter Berg with lead actor Mark Wahlberg. They previously worked together on the film Lone Survivor, and they'll team up once again in the upcoming film Patriots Day, about the Boston Marathon bombing. That movie is due out January 13th, 2017. So this movie is of course about the Deepwater Horizon, which was an oil rig that exploded in the Gulf of Mexico on the evening of April 20th, 2010, and resulted in the worst oil disaster in US history. All of the actors in this movie were really good. Mark Wahlberg was fantastic as the main character, Mike Williams. Kate Hudson did a good job portraying the main character's wife. I've not seen her in too much recently, so it was good to see her again in such a great role. Kurt Russell is great as the boss on the oil rig, Mr. Jimmy. I could see a Best Supporting Actor nomination for this role in his future, not necessarily saying that he will win it, but he is certainly deserving of a nom. The dude takes charge as soon as he comes on board the oil rig and discovers that things that should have been done weren't, and he tries his damnedest to prevent things from getting worse. Such a good performance. John Malkovich as VP Executive was the epitome of a greedy businessman concerned only with the bottom line. He's a complete slimeball corporate exec asshole who's trying to cut corners and pinch pennies, and he plays the role perfectly. There's another actress that I wasn't too familiar with, but her name is Gina Rodriguez, and she plays an engineer named Andrea on the rig, and she was incredibly good as well. This movie is so intense, and keeps you locked in virtually throughout the entire runtime. There's one or two short scenes in the beginning that I could have done without, one in particular that comes to mind, but I'll get why Peter Berg left them in there, to help flesh out some of the character development. But from the moment that you get on board the Deepwater Horizon, actually maybe even a little bit before when they're at the heliport, from that moment on, you get a sense of impending doom. Of course, we all know about the disaster that's to come, but the film does a great job of building up the tension from the very beginning. There is a scene early on with Mark Wahlberg, Kate Hudson, and their daughter, and it's a good enough scene on the surface, but oh my golly, the foreshadowing in that scene was incredible. The film also does a really good job of giving you just enough information about the ins and outs of the oil rig and the oil industry to make you not confused about what's going on. It would have been so easy for them to go so in-depth and so complicated so as to confuse the audience with a bunch of technical jargon. Likewise, they could have capped out and dumbed it down and not given us the level of detail that they did. I found it to be an almost perfect balance of giving the audience just the right amount of information that they need. This movie is very gritty, very realistic, and does an incredible job of making you really connect with the characters. I really enjoyed this movie and was not prepared at all for how emotional it was. I mean, you see these stories on the news, oh, an oil rig exploded, that sucks. Oh, there's an oil spill. But you don't get a sense of the human element. Here, Peter Berg directs his cast magnificently and really makes the events hit home. Once the disaster event happens, it is non-stop, relentless, gripping, intense, deep, just wow. It zips by and keeps you totally engaged, and again, they do such a great job of bringing it down to the human level, and seeing the human lives impacted by the disaster. This movie is impactful and heartfelt, and nearly perfect. It isn't necessarily one of my favorite movies of the year, but it is certainly one of the best movies of the year that I've seen. Almost flawless. I'm going to give Deepwater Horizon a 4.5 out of 5. Have you seen Deepwater Horizon yet? If so, what did you think? What is your favorite disaster movie? Let me know, sound off in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, you guys are the best. If you like this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, that would really help me out. And then make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel here so you don't miss any of my other videos. You can find me online at Jeffito'sMovieBlog.com, on Facebook at Jeffito's Movie Blog, and on Twitter simply at Jeffito's Blog. I'll be back soon with more movie reviews. I want to see Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children and Queen of Katwe still this week, and we have Birth of a Nation and The Girl on the Train opening on Friday, so stay tuned for the reviews on those films as well. Until next time, I will see you at the movies. Bye-bye.